Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Liz. Don't mind the nasally noises that are going to happen in this video. I am just getting rid of a cold, so it's all I still sound ridiculous, so just ignore that part. But for today's video, I am joining several lovely ladies here on YouTube. We are doing a high-end for cheap DIY video. So I will leave all that information in my description box below. The playlist, the hosts, all that good stuff will be in my description for you guys to click on and watch everybody else's videos, because I know they all did a fantastic job. So if you want some more DIY inspiration, make sure to click that playlist in the description box below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our first DIY. So for these DIYs, I mostly went off of inspiration, not necessarily dupes. But one thing that struck my eye was on the Kirklands website, I was finding a lot of these fresh Christmas trees, cut and carry. I liked this one that had kind of that rough wood and shiplap look to it. And then I found another one that was kind of similar. Now I knew I had something similar and I could try to recreate this and get some inspiration from the two of them. So what I did was pick up these little pallet signs from Walmart. I can't remember off the top of my head how much they were. I know for sure under $10. Probably around that $5 to $6 range, but I picked up two of them and I cut one of them in half so that I could piece these together and make them a little bit longer. So I am just going to take my Waverly Wax and Antique because I wanted this to be a different color. I wanted this to be more of a brown color. I'm sure I probably could have found something similar at Walmart, but they only had these gray ones and I wanted them brown. So I'm just going to take my Waverly Wax and paint the entire thing. And then I'm just going to adhere the two pieces together using some E6000 and some hot glue. And then I also went back in with my staple gun and stapled them together on the back as well, just to keep everything nice and strong and make sure that they aren't going to fall apart. Next, I'm going to take my COUTURE Christmas Tree Farm transfer. This worked perfect for the type of design that I was going for, and all I'm going to do is take it out of its package, fuzz and fuzz and fuzz, and then I'm going to lay it down onto my surface, trying to get it as centered as I possibly can, and then I'm just going to go in with my white chalk paste and put it all over my transfer. And that is really as simple as you get. The COUTURE transfers make my DIYs look so high-end, which is why I am super obsessed with them and why I love it so much. I'll always have a link in my description box for COUTURE if you're ever interested. And if you haven't tried COUTURE yet and you want to get your feet wet, they do have a monthly subscription box for $20, which I think is a good way to kind of get started and see if you like it or not. Like I said, I'll always leave them in my description box. So then once I'm done putting the chalk paste all over my transfer, I will just remove that transfer, wash it so that I make sure that I can reuse it. And that's it for this DIY. Look how cute this turned out. And then again, as just a little reminder, this is what my inspiration was, and then this is how my project turned out. If you guys are new here and this is the first time we're meeting, hey, my name's Liz. I love everything DIY and crafting. I also have a family vlog channel. I will link it in my description box if you like the more family type videos. I will have that there as well. You can see kind of behind the scenes and what my family does on a day-to-day type basis. I also make and sell wood craft kits if you guys want to see those. Again, everything will just be listed in that description box. All the good stuff is in that description box. Without further ado, let's jump into our next DIY. So for this DIY, I found this buffalo check Christmas tree canvas art print on the Kirklands website. I thought this was so cute, and again, just inspiration. I'm not going to dupe this. I am going to kind of turn it into my own little thing, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take 2 of the Dollar Tree little Christmas trees, and I'm going to put them together to make one fuller tree. So again, this isn't going to be a sign, but I'm going to take that print and turn it into something kind of different and my own. So I'm just going to take my trees, and to put them together, I just made sure that I fanned out all of the branches on one side so that one side was flat, and I did that for both of them. And then with some of these garland ties from the Dollar Tree, I'm just going to use those to tie my 2 trees together, and I just went throughout a couple different places and tied my trees together so that they would look like one tree. And then after I've done that, I wanted my tree to look a little flocked, have a little bit more dimension to it. I just took some white Waverly chalk paint, and I just took a little brush and went over it just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted a little bit of white detail on my tree. Once that is done, I am going to take some little white berries that I had from some picks. I just pulled it all off of the pick, and I'm going to use those and hot glue them all over my tree. I didn't, place them in any specific area, just kind of went randomly all over the tree. I had the bigger berries, and then I also had some little berries that I thought would be fun on there too, but I ended up just doing the bigger berries instead, and I just hot glue those all over my tree. And then I've somehow found this mini tree bag from Walmart for $4.98, and I thought this was perfect for this DIY. I also had this little basket from the Goodwill for $2.49, and I decided to put the basket into my tree bag so that the bag looked all nice and full. And then all you're going to do is put your tree inside the basket. And that's it for this DIY. I thought this turned out super, super cute. Again, it is not the sign, but kind of a real life version of the sign, if you will, which I thought was really fun. So just a reminder of what the sign looked like and then how my DIY turned out. For this DIY, I found this Let It Snow sign on the Kirklands website. Super cute. It's $47.99. Now, obviously, this is probably a much bigger sign than the one we are going to make, which is totally fine in my opinion. But what I'm going to do is take a Dollar Tree sign that I found, and I'm going to remove that little cactus, and then I'm also going to remove the backing from the frame, just using a little bit of force and popping that backing right out. Now, I'm going to flip the insert of the sign onto its back, and I'm going to give it one good coat of my Waverly chalk paint in black. I'll set that to the side, and then I grabbed up this pack of mini snowflakes from Hobby Lobby, which I thought was perfect for this DIY. Tons of different snowflakes in there, and I grabbed out about 8 of them, and I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in white to paint them all. And then for the Let It Snow portion, I have this COUTURE transfer that says Let It Snow. That is perfect for this DIY. So I'm going to grab that out. It comes in this pack of transfers, which I think are all super, super adorable. But I'm just going to cut it out from the pack, and then I will fuzz and fuzz and fuzz to make sure it's not too sticky for my project and so it doesn't peel up a bunch of paint. And then I just try to center it as best as I can. I'm not going to use that little snowflake at the top. I'm just going to use the words Let It Snow. So I just center it and then smooth it all down. And then using my white chalk paste, I just go over the transfer, peel it up and wash it, and that's all you gotta do for that Let It Snow. Super easy, and I think it turns out really, really cute. And then I'm just gonna pop the backing back into the frame, and then I am going to take those snowflakes and I'm just gonna kind of set them out, see where I like them, and then once I get them where I like them, I'm just gonna use some super glue and super glue these down. I didn't go in with hot glue because I figured it would make too much of a mess considering there are all those little holes and everything on the snowflakes, and super glue would be a lot easier. So I just super glued all of my snowflakes down. And then lastly, on the inspiration sign, there's a whole bunch of dots and other little snowflakes all over it. So I just took a white marker and I went around the entire thing, adding little dots and then little snowflakes throughout the entire sign. And that's all you got to do for this one. I think this turned out super, super cute. I think it's actually my favorite from the entire video. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. So here is just a little reminder of what my inspiration piece looked like, and then here is my finished product. For this DIY, I found this Christmas tree wood wall plaque from Kirklands. It was on sale for $20.99, but I love this because it's not like perfect trees. It looks like hand-drawn trees, and I personally like that because it means that I can draw it and have it not look perfect and have it still look good. So what I'm going to do is I grabbed one of these little plaques from Walmart. I'm going to take some Waverly chalk paint and hazelnut and add some water to it. I'm going to mix it all together to kind of make my own little stain. And then I'll just go through and paint the entire thing in this little concoction that I've made. Now, once that is all dry, I'm going to take a white marker and I'm just going to go to town. I'm going to go to town drawing my trees. Again, you don't have to be an artist to do these trees because they're not perfect looking trees, which is why, again, I think it's so much fun to be able to do it because I am no artist by any means, but I can do this project no problem, which means all of you can do this project too. So I just start drawing out my trees. I just had the picture up from the Kirklands website, and I just tried my best to recreate those trees as best as I could, and that's all you gotta do. This project was super easy, super fun, and I think it turned out really cute. Obviously, the one on the Kirklands website was really big. This is just a really mini version of it, but you could make this into a really big sign, and I think it would turn out really, really cute, and I may have to make a larger one for my home because I think these trees are just so stinking adorable. And then again, here is a reminder of what my inspiration piece looked like. And then here is my finished DIY. And that is it for today's video. Let me know what your favorite project was in the comments down below. Don't forget to click on that playlist and watch the other girls' videos. Let them know that I sent you. Leave them a kind comment. And that's it. I hope that you guys stick around for a while, subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.